Hello and welcome to Dukascopy TV. I'm Andrew Saks-Mcleod from LeapRate, and this is part 3 of the Forex Industry Talk Show, where we're joined with Karin Zaltberg, CEO of Carinza, Luis Sanchez, CEO of BMFN, and James Azar, Director and Co-founder of Carinza. So in the previous part, we were talking about outsourcing and structuring sales teams.
Right.
So now we're going to talk about digital marketing a little bit, which is a really big dynamic in 2015 now. We have some really big different types of websites being introduced into the Forex industry. There's new dynamic imaging instead of the traditional media-based, information-based sites. And as the new generation starts to use different tools other than just traditional banner advertising, everything is going mobile. Am I right?
Well, yes, it's true. I mean, if we can say, digital marketing is the future, could be, it's growing, yes. Today you have like 4.5 trillion advertisement, yes. But however, people are tired to see just banners. They are not engaging into the media.
No. It's very two-dimensional.
It is true. I discussed this last week with Noam, our marketing director, and we were just speaking about this. What is the next thing? What needs to be done? You need to be innovative. So we at BMFM, for example, are making new channels of innovation, going to mobiles, going to videos, educational, and especially like websites like yours, LeapRate, which allows them to give them information and content, like for example, a press release, an article, and what better example than this? See?
Right, because
this is like a co-creation.
Exactly. You have the written word is there, but video is the future. You now have most of what we call millennials, right? Which is people who are young and they're the generation below us. They're growing up in the 2000s. They are really, I don't think they, not that many people even my age do it, but I don't think they sit in front of the television like people who grew up in the 1950s and 60s. Television was the latest.
They don't.
Netflix,
Amazon Prime, social media.
They can get everything on the move.
Really funny, a few weeks ago I was interviewing interns in Australia and I was asking them just, hey, what's your social media sites?
Yeah.
And funny or not, Facebook was not one of them.
See,
it was Twitter, it was Vine, and it's Instagram. And it's essentially becoming where people want to get the message in 140 characters or less, or in under 10
short
seconds.
Video, yes.
And if you can't deliver your message in under 10, 15 seconds, you're disengaging that client.
Right.
And what I was said in part 2 earlier was the fact that, there's no CEO really or face of an industry engaging with the traders, with the end users. eToro has tried to kind of simulate that social trading, but there's still no face. It's still all avatars.
Right. There's a lot of industry engagement within the industry now.
Correct.
Nowadays, there didn't used to be. That was also used to be just a screen. If you wanted a platform, you'd have to go to the screen, put the website up, get a pricing quote from the screen, and then hope them to get back to you. But since the industry now is very mobile, everyone goes to events and conferences. They know
especially in different cultures.
In different cultures, and
Asia, for example, everything is mobile.
Right, so everybody knows each other, but within the industry and only at the top level, senior level within the industry. You have some
there's no communication between the senior level of the industry to the end user.
Correct. There
to the $1,000 depositor who's sitting at home in Kuala Lumpur, or in Jakarta,
that's right,
or in Riyadh or London, and looking to engage a figure that essentially demonstrates or to him represents the Forex industry.
Definitely right.
While you think of other industries that have been very successful in banking, you have Warren Buffett, you've got the Soroses, you've got those leaders in investing that people look to, Carl Icahn, and you go, well, those guys are on Twitter all day long, communicating, whether it be them themselves or someone else communicating with the investors. You don't have that today in Forex.
No, not yet. But have you heard about there's a new thing, Meerkat, which is a new application. It's an Israeli application.
It's a new one, no?
Yeah, just last month. It started up just before the Mexico conference. They started up in Israel. It's an application, totally wireless. It's like a smartphone application.
That's for video, no?
Yeah, for video. What you do is you put you download it, and then it works in conjunction with Twitter to stream short videos. So this is something that can be really used by Forex and binary companies on the retail side, because you have the people now who want to see exactly how something works or how something operates, or the team behind who is constructing it.
That's right.
So you can actually invest in that and have less physical sales team, because that can be localized to all different regions.
So
And
basically what you're trying to tell us, we're moving to the
mobile
era of technology.
Yes, and we're moving to mobile LED and video LED.
It's very interesting, and I'll tell you why. In the Middle East, like the Arab world, if we're talking about Saudi, if we're talking about Jordan, Lebanon, maybe Jordan and Lebanon less, but if we're talking about the Emirates, for example, many years before, they actually jumped generation.
Right.
They surf in the net through mobiles,
Yes.
Android,
Yeah.
or iPads.
And that's the thing.
They don't even open a computer.
I said a few weeks ago that Western Europe doesn't have.
Many people don't even have computers.
Many
People
don't- just
in
people
the
don't
Middle
value-
East-
That's
in the Middle
people
East,
don't
our
value
countries-
laptops, by the
In
way.
our countries, do not have
It's not.
computers.
It's not just the
China
Middle
too.
East. Look at China.
China, they
China's
always mobile.
biggest
Everything's
growth is
mobile.
mobile.
Okay,
Mobile.
let's talk a
Mobile.
little bit about Saudi Arabia, for example. In Saudi Arabia, do you know what working day? How does it look like with a Saudian guy? It's 5 hours a day.
Yeah, it's very short
He's
day.
using his computer to his own purposes of what he needs. And then after that, that's it.
That's right.
He can't forget about it, because computer means work to him.
Yes, it does.
And all the movies, all the things that he wants to see on the news, all the reports that he wants to see on Facebook, YouTube,
It's all
whatever,
Twitter.
it doesn't.
It's all
Arab
Twitter.
Spring was derived from social media.
Right,
It was.
And if that doesn't just tell you the era of digital marketing that we're going into, then there's nothing else. Revolutions have started because of social media.
Yeah.
And yet very few Forex companies have been able to come into the social media
Right.
stratosphere today and actually take over and become leaders.
It's
I don't think
mostly done from mobile.
Well,
as
I don't think any one of us here can say, oh, you know what, this firm is leading the way in social media. I see their Twitter feed,
Right.
and they're very engaging.
Yeah,
you
but
don't
this-
have
And
that.
unfortunately, all those brokers are actually spending large amounts of money on publishing and advertising on non-relevant channels.
They are, and I think to wrap that up.
For example,
the-
website, things like that, Facebook. No, bring
agree.
mobile leads.
That's right, but to
That's
wrap
what you
that
need to
up,
do.
there's basically
People
no.
are tired of this. I mean,
Right. Who
they
cares
don't
about-
identify
who cares about-
themselves on that trend. I mean, it's true. Social media is
Everything
important,
should be televised.
but it
Right.
have to go on that trend. It have to be innovative. I mean, we have to think one step ahead.
Right, but it's also region specific,
Right.
because you have Western Europe, where pretty much nobody uses any of these mobile things at all.
That's, I disagree with you there.
Right, but for Italy, Spain, France, they don't. China, everybody, but no
Everybody.
computer.
Everybody.
It's all
But,
mobile.
but the younger millennials in Western Europe do use
Only in
mobile
Britain.
phones.
Only in Britain.
In Germany,
Germany,
in
yes, that's
Poland, in
And that's not, I'm talking about
You know,
mainland Europe.
Scandinavia.
Scandinavia, yes.
For example,
and those are more sophisticated, more affluent traders that have a longer lifetime
Yeah,
value for the
but
broker.
The focus, my point is that the focus is on the Far East and the Middle East, all these particular markets. Those are regions which are highly technological. All the young ones are all on mobile. That's the future of the entire industry. So we'll carry on this particular interesting topic on the next part. So join us again for part 4 of the Forex Industry Talk Show. I'm Andrew Saks-Mcleod from Leap Rate. This is Dukascopy TV. See you soon.